So, does everybody know what their style is? Still not sure? If you're not sure, you're probably C, because you're still analyzing. Over-analysis. Well, I would commit, but I don't know. I don't have enough information yet. Okay? So, does everybody have their style now? Your natural style. Okay. Now, there is an innate, intrinsic, call it what you want, there is a built-in adversarial relationship between diagonal quadrants. So in other words, the dominant result people, their natural blind spot is being slower paced and a team player and process oriented. If you are driving to a result, okay, you can't always stop and be about process. So imagine for a moment you were late to get to the airport and you had to drive your car through that traffic and get to the airport and you had to get there no matter what. Right? Process would say, well, we stop at every light. We give ample time before we make a turn and we use our blinker. And we give a lot of room, at least one car length behind the car for every 10 kilometers we're traveling. That's the process. But if you're late, is that what you do? Screw that. You're driving like a maniac off the sidewalks. Screw you, I'm late. And you're whatever. You're getting there, right? So that's how a dominant person lives their life. Right? So you can't be about process when you're screaming at Mach 1 to the airport. And vice versa. You will not get your result. Imagine, for a moment, during rush hour traffic in Jakarta, you got in your car, or you instructed your driver to make sure that they followed all of the rules on the road. Don't speed, don't cut anyone off. Maintain at least one car length in front of the person in front of you. Use your blinker always, and always be a defensive driver. Only pass if need be. Would you get your result? If your result was to stay in the same spot for 8 hours, yes, you would get your result. But no, you're not going to get anywhere. Right? So if you're process-driven, you will struggle to get a result. Does that make sense? Now, if you're the I type, you're about building relationships. Right? You're a promoter, you're a persuader, you're a people-oriented person. Now, if you're building relationships, people are very predictable and reliable, or they are somewhat and sometimes unpredictable and unreliable. See, the I's don't like that question. They're like, well, don't do that. That's not a fun question. That's not fun at all. And the C's are like, I have the answer. Pick me. They're unreliable. Never say do what they're going to say. Right? Think about it for a second. So they can be unpredictable. Interpersonal dynamics, it's constantly changing. That's why they call it dynamics. It's not static. You know, you can't, and when I say are people unreliable, it's not to mean that they're liars or they don't do what they say. But however, you may say to somebody, all right, let's be here at 6, we'll get everything together. Let's be here at 6, we'll get everything together, we'll be ready by 6:30. But then the person you just spoke to them about, they thought about it and they said, wait a minute. 6 o'clock, that's going to be too late. And I'm not going to have a chance to get everything done. And you know what? That person's out of range. I know where they're going to be, so I'm going to come early. I'll get here at 5. I'll get here at 5:30. I'll get ready. We'll be done by 6. And then when I get here at 6, that gives me a little extra time. So people can be unreliable in a good way, meaning they can innovate. They're in constant motion. And that's the nature of interpersonal dynamics. So people live in that world quite well. But if you want to live in this world, you cannot get too attached to detail. Because by the time you get your arms around all the detail, the person's gone. Right? So you have to be able to make decisions and take action without a lot of information most of the time. I mean, think about how many deals you've done on a handshake. Let me ask you another question. Who is an entrepreneur or a leader that you admire? That you would pay to go go see, or if you ever had the chance to go meet, it could even be a historical figure. Who is somebody that you really admire and really respect? Who would be an example?